Hello everyone, I'm Nadia. Today I want to share a true story with you, one that I still find hard to believe myself. It's the story of how we, three sisters, all ended up marrying Pakistani men. Yes, you heard that right. How did it happen that we, who grew up in an ordinary Polish family, became so deeply connected to Pakistan? My eldest sister has been living in Karachi for many years. My middle sister was also about to get married. And I, as the youngest, honestly always thought, I don't know what my sisters are thinking, but I will never marry a Pakistani man. It seemed to me that our Polish guys or Europeans were much better. What was so special about these Pakistani men? Every time my mom joked that I would also marry a Pakistani man like my sisters, I would firmly deny it. That's impossible. No way. But life is something you truly cannot predict. It all started last winter. Because of my middle sister's wedding, I had to travel to Pakistan. Honestly, at first, I only planned to attend the wedding and fly right back. I didn't want to see any sights, just be at the ceremony and return. With these thoughts, I boarded the plane to Karachi. But the strange thing was, even on the plane, I felt an inexplicable excitement. Perhaps it was a premonition of happiness. When I arrived at Jinnah International Airport, what I saw there greatly surprised me. In Polish airports, everyone usually looks rushed, tired, quickly passing by, and even the staff say passport in a cold tone. But here, the staff smiled and greeted me first. Although I spoke English with some difficulty and knew very little Urdu, they patiently and politely showed me the way. At that moment, I thought, wow, the people in this country are really very warm-hearted. When I walked into the airport's interior, I saw neat signs, unique Pakistani decor, beautiful architecture, and cleanliness everywhere. All of this truly amazed me. Especially the restrooms, how could they be so clean? Can you believe that in some places in Europe, you want to hold your breath when you enter a public restroom? But here, the restroom was like a hotel room. From that moment on, the thought that this was truly a special country never left my mind. When I came out of the arrivals hall, I saw my sister's fiancé and his friend, Faisal. Both of them looked like heroes from movies I'd seen on TV. Neat, shalwar kameez, well-groomed hair, and most importantly, sincere and warm smiles. My sister's fiancé greeted me warmly. Nadia, you must be tired from the journey. In that second, I was even a bit flustered, because I thought Pakistani men would never speak to a family friend so gently and friendly. Usually, it's just a dry hello and that's it. But this thoughtful greeting from a Pakistani man made me freeze for a moment. And then a scene occurred that truly surprised me. Faisal, my sister's fiancé's friend, came over and without a word, helped me with my suitcase. Please, let me help. Friends, in Pakistan this might be the norm, but in Poland lately, everyone carries their own suitcase. And even if a woman is struggling, it's rare for someone to help. But here, even though we had just met, such natural care for others was shocking and impressive. Honestly, perhaps from that moment, Faisal began to slowly enter my heart. Why is he so gentle? Why is he so kind to me? These questions spun in my head. As we drove in the car, I was again amazed by the order on some of the roads and the cleanliness of the streets. In our country, drivers often honk and swear, but here everyone seemed calmer and always yielded to pedestrians. It was a real cultural difference. My sister, sitting in the car, laughed quietly and asked me, "So, Nadia, how do you like Pakistan?" At that moment, I just replied, not bad. But in my heart, I was thinking, wow, where am I? This is like another world. I made a promise to Faisal and to this warm country, Pakistan, that I would definitely come back. Everything started to change drastically. But I didn't know then that this thoughtful man, Faisal, would become the one to change my entire life. In the car, Faisal was quiet, but he attentively watched over my comfort. While my sister and her husband laughed and chatted in the front, Faisal, sitting next to me, carefully started a conversation. The journey to Pakistan must have been tiring for you, right? That tone was surprising. Though unfamiliar, it gave a feeling of warmth and care. I smiled and replied, a little tired, but Jinnah Airport surprised me. Faisal smiled and nodded. Yes, Jinnah is one of the best airports. In fact, most public places in Karachi are very clean, especially the shopping malls. Hearing this, I was surprised again. Really? All public places are clean? I couldn't have imagined that. Faisal, noticing my surprised face, added, Pakistani people try not to inconvenience others and show great hospitality, so we try to keep public places clean. At that moment, I felt that Pakistani people were amazing. Where I'm from, selfishness is becoming the norm. But here, it was different. At that moment, Faisal pointed out the window and said, Look over there, that's the Arabian Sea. I turned and looked at the sea, which I had only seen in pictures. I exclaimed, Wow, how beautiful. Faisal, seeing my reaction, smiled quietly. Nadia, if you'd like, we can go there together. The view of the sea at night is very beautiful. In that second, my heart started beating faster. He invited me to go with him. My face suddenly felt hot. When the car pulled up to the hotel, Faisal continued to quietly and gently take care of me. I'll carry the suitcase. Your sister's wedding is tomorrow. You must be very tired. Get some rest. I thought men didn't have to be so gentle with a woman they'd just met, but Faisal treated me like an old friend. No, even warmer. From then on, my heart started to beat faster for no reason. That's how our first meeting ended. Going up the elevator to my room, I thought, is something wrong with me? Why is my heart pounding for a person I just met? But I didn't know then that this was the beginning of true love. And soon, I would find out why Pakistan had so captivated my sisters. After I unpacked my things in the room, fatigue washed over me, and I just wanted to fall onto the bed. But suddenly my sister sent a message. Nadia, are you tired? But let's have dinner together tonight. Faisal is coming too. The moment I saw that message, my heart beat faster for no reason. Faisal? Oh no, why am I getting excited? I was only supposed to go to the wedding and then home, but the thought of seeing him again made me not want to refuse. In the end, I replied, yes, of course, not even noticing that I was smiling. Soon, my sister and her husband came to pick me up, and Faisal was indeed sitting next to them. Getting out of the car, he once again gallantly opened the door for me and said, Nadia, how did you rest? You must have been tired. At that moment, my heart skipped a beat again. I'm better now, I replied, laughing shyly. In the car, my sister and her husband were joking, creating a lively atmosphere, but I was focused on Faisal and looked out the window. Faisal quietly asked, Nadia, do you like Pakistani food? Do you eat spicy food? I'm not very used to it, but I want to try, I joked. Faisal laughed and said, Then I'll recommend something special for you. Tonight, I will introduce you to the most delicious dishes in Pakistan. Hearing this, my heart pounded again. Why is he so attentive to me? He's just my sister's friend. The restaurant we went to was a traditional Pakistani establishment. The decor was in the style of an old Havli. With warm lighting and a view of the sea from the window, it was like a scene from a movie. Wow, it's so beautiful, I couldn't help but say. Faisal smiled and said, I thought Nadia would like it, so I chose this restaurant. How did he know I would like it? My heart skipped another beat. When we sat down, many dishes were brought to the table. Biryani, chicken karahi, kebabs with naan. Everything looked appetizing. My sister, seeing my surprise, laughed. In Pakistan, this is normal. We order and share. Try it. Everything is delicious. Faisal, sitting next to me, added, Yes, the Pakistani dining culture is all about sharing with family and friends. Hearing this made my heart feel warm. That's why Pakistani people seem so close-knit and gentle. Finally, the halim was brought out. Try this. It's one of the most famous dishes for foreigners, Faisal recommended with a smile. After the first bite, I thought, oh, this is more delicious than I thought. The taste is rich, right? And it's very filling. The conversation continued like this. Then they brought an appetizer, samosas. What are these? These are famous Pakistani pastries. Whoever tries them falls in love with Pakistani cuisine. After trying one, I exclaimed, "Why are they so crispy on the outside and soft on the inside?" I knew Nadia would like it. Every time Faisal said that, I couldn't help but smile. Towards the end of dinner, my sister jokingly asked, "Nadia, what do you think of Pakistani men, like my husband and Faisal?" I laughed in confusion, but when Faisal quietly smiled at me, my heart fluttered again. My sister's husband laughed. "Pakistani men are naturally as gentle as Faisal." Faisal got a little embarrassed, but it looked so cute. "Really? Are all Pakistani men so gentle?" When dinner was over and we were leaving the restaurant, my sister and her husband said, "We need to prepare for the wedding. Faisal, could you please take Nadia back to the hotel?" I immediately got nervous, but Faisal said warmly, "Nadia, would you like to take a little walk? It's still early." I couldn't help but reply, "Yes." When we were left alone, honestly, my heart was beating very fast. Wouldn't it be too awkward? But Faisal led me very naturally. "Nadia, have you walked along the sea view at night?" "Not yet. I've only heard the name." "Then let's go see it. It's more beautiful at night." Faisal led me gallantly. As we walked, the night streets of Karachi were truly beautiful. Clean alleys, warm streetlights, majestic buildings. The atmosphere was completely different from what I had imagined. "Wow, it's so beautiful here, like in a movie," I exclaimed. Faisal laughed. I knew Nadia would like it. Why does he always know? My heart pounded again. As we walked, Faisal stopped at a small handicraft shop. "Shall we go in?" There are many beautiful things. The shop was full of Pakistani souvenirs, ajrak shawls, colorful bangles, wooden handicrafts. Everything was amazing. I stopped in front of an exquisite silver bracelet. "How beautiful," I whispered to myself. Faisal came over. "It suits you very much, Nadia." "Why?" Faisal smiled quietly. "As a souvenir of your time in Pakistan, it would be nice to take it with you." And he immediately went to pay. "Oh, you don't have to. I wanted to buy it myself," I flustered. But Faisal said, "Consider it a gift for today." Seeing such gentleness, my face flushed. "Thank you, Faisal." He smiled slightly. When Nadia smiles, I'm happy too. Leaving the shop, we continued our walk. Even the night air seemed warm. As we walked slowly, Faisal quietly asked, "Nadia, what do you think of Pakistan?" My first impression is very good. Honestly, I didn't expect anything, but I feel that it's a very gentle and warm country. "Really? That's good." Faisal smiled with relief. "I actually only came for my sister's wedding, but now I want to stay here longer." I stopped mid-sentence, surprised at my own thoughts. Faisal looked at me quietly and said, "Maybe you could stay a little longer?" My heart froze. "I probably have to go back right after the wedding," I replied. Faisal immediately looked regretful and added quietly, "Then, in the time you have left, I will show you all the best places in Karachi." Hearing these gentle words, my heart beat faster again. "Really? You promise?" And so we made a deal. The night view of the Arabian Sea shone as warmly as the hearts of two people. "Faisal, are Pakistani men always so attentive?" He laughed and nodded, especially with those they like. My heart beat even harder. The next morning, as I was sitting in my hotel room, my phone rang. It was a message from Faisal. "Nadia, good morning. The weather is great today. After lunch, would you like to go to Mazar-e-Quaid?" Seeing this message, my heart fluttered. Mazar-e-Quaid, a place I had only seen in photos. I could go there? Without thinking, I replied, "I want to." Faisal replied instantly, "Great, let's meet at the hotel at noon. Dress comfortably." That last phrase, "dress comfortably," felt so caring. I was smiling for no reason. All morning I went through my clothes, spending a long time in front of the mirror. If I dress up too much, would it be awkward? In the end, I chose a simple dress and a light coat to look natural and went out. Faisal was already waiting at the hotel. When he saw me, he waved and smiled brightly. In that second, my heart almost stopped. Why am I so nervous just seeing his face? Hello, Nadia. The weather is nice today, isn't it? Yes, better than I thought. I brought this. Faisal handed me a paper bag with hot samosas. I bought them on the way. I thought Nadia would definitely like them. My heart skipped a beat again. Why does he always guess? Thank you. They look delicious. I took the bag and smiled. And Faisal smiled happily back. On the way to the mausoleum, Faisal always made sure I walked on the safe side of the sidewalk. And when crossing the road, he would gently support my elbow. Finally, we arrived. It was more beautiful than in the photos. The white marble dome shone in the sun, and people were strolling around. Wow, it's so beautiful here, I exclaimed. Faisal stood beside me and smiled. Isn't it? I knew Nadia would like it. My heart pounded again. Why does he understand me so well? While we were sitting in a cafe not far from the site, Faisal quietly began to speak. Nadia, before you came to Pakistan, what did you think of this country? This question made me think. Well, honestly, nothing special. Just the country my sister likes. But after coming here, I realized that it's very warm. The people are kind. It's a truly wonderful country. Faisal nodded. Pakistanis value hospitality and helping each other. Even if you're alone, you don't feel lonely. Hearing this, I was touched. In Poland, I was often alone, but here I felt like someone was by my side. Faisal paused and continued. Nadia, can't you stay in Pakistan a little longer? My heart froze. He smiled cautiously. I just want to spend more time with Nadia. Hearing this, I realized I wanted to be with him too, but I couldn't say it out loud. Suddenly, Faisal took out a small box. This is a gift for Nadia. It was the same bracelet we saw yesterday. Eh? Why? You already bought me a souvenir yesterday? This one is special. I thought it suited Nadia very well. Inside the box was a pendant in the shape of a small star. Seeing it sparkle, tears welled up in my eyes. Why are you so kind to me, Faisal? He smiled quietly. I just want to see Nadia smile. Hearing that, I finally understood that I had fallen in love with this man. In the end, Faisal said, Nadia, if you have time in the evening, shall we have dinner together? I smiled and replied, yes, of course. Arriving at the restaurant, I was amazed. It was a luxurious place with modern Pakistani cuisine, quiet music, and warm lighting. Wow, what is this place? It's like a movie, I exclaimed. Faisal smiled. I knew Nadia would like it. That phrase again. Why won't my heart stop pounding? When we sat down, the table was filled with exquisite dishes, grilled fish, salads, desserts. This is too much. It's all right. Nadia is a special guest tonight, but a problem happened unexpectedly. When I was eating a dessert, which apparently had honey or nuts in it, I suddenly felt that something was wrong. An allergic reaction started. My lips began to swell. My face froze. Faisal asked with alarm, Nadia, what happened? Are you okay? I touched my lips and realized an allergy. I was so embarrassed. My face turned red. What should I do? How do I explain? Faisal came over with concern. Are you in pain? Does it hurt a lot? Seeing his care, I almost cried. It's nothing, just an allergy. I've had it for a long time. The more I spoke, the more ashamed I felt, and I lowered my head. Faisal quickly took my hand. Speak calmly. It's okay. I'm allergic to nuts. Before I could finish, Faisal said firmly, It's okay, Nadia. We're going to the hospital? Now? But I'm a foreigner here. What will I do alone? Faisal said firmly, Nadia, you are not alone. I am here. Those words touched me to the core. I am not alone. In Poland, when something like this happened, I was always alone. Faisal quickly apologized to the staff, gathered my things, and took me to the nearest private clinic. All the way, he reassured me. It's okay, Nadia. Don't worry. The medical care in Pakistan is very good and fast. The clinic was modern and clean, much better than I expected. Faisal helped with the paperwork and translated. Nadia, don't worry. Just get treatment. I'll be waiting here. The doctor was also very kind. After the treatment, thankfully, the allergy quickly subsided. When I came out, Faisal was the first to run up. Are you okay? Does it still hurt? Seeing his tenderness, I couldn't hold back. I hugged him and cried. Why are you so kind to me? I'm just my sister's friend, Faisal said quietly. Nadia, I don't think of you as just my sister's friend. From the very beginning, Nadia was special to me. Tears streamed down my face. Nadia, as long as you are in Pakistan, never think that you are alone. I will be by your side. At that moment, I knew. I love this man. And if not him, then no one else. Leaving the clinic, I felt weak in my legs. Faisal gently supported my shoulders. You were scared, right? Are you tired, Nadia? Tears flowed again. Why is he so warm? He held me tighter. It's okay, it's okay. Cry if you want to, I'm here. I felt the true care of a Pakistani man. At the clinic, Faisal paid all the bills. I tried to object, but he shook his head. No, Nadia is my guest. I must take responsibility. As long as you are in Pakistan, I will take care of you. On the way back to the hotel, Faisal kept looking at me. Are you sure you're okay? If you feel bad, tell me. We can go to the hospital again tomorrow. I looked at him and said honestly, Faisal, thank you. At home, I would have dealt with this alone. He was silent for a moment, and then said quietly, Nadia, you don't have to be alone anymore. I will be here. Really? He smiled and nodded. Really? Seeing Nadia in pain hurts me too. At that moment, something exploded in my heart. I don't want to lose such a warm person. At my room door, Faisal said, Nadia, you're okay now, right? You're tired. I nodded, but my heart felt heavy. In 2 days, I would be flying back to Poland. This feeling of dependence on Faisal had to stop. It was too sad. Faisal seemed to feel the same. He hesitated, then asked, but when does Nadia return home? My heart sank. The day after tomorrow. Faisal fell silent, then smiled cautiously. Nadia, can you spend the whole day with me tomorrow? Before you leave, I want to show you the Pakistan. I want you to remember. I nodded with tears in my eyes. The next day was the last day. Faisal smiled. Nadia, today is just for the two of us. First, we went to a cozy cafe in the city center. The sun shone through huge windows. They have free Wi-Fi here. You can contact your family. I looked out the window and said quietly, it would be great to live every day with Faisal in such a comfortable country. He looked at me. If I could be here with Nadia, I would be very happy. Then Faisal took me to a rooftop restaurant in Clifton. The whole city was painted in the colors of the sunset. I've never seen a view like this. It's amazing. With Nadia here today, it's even more amazing. I asked, isn't it dangerous to be out so late? Faisal smiled. Pakistan is a country where a woman can feel safe. It's one of the safest countries, especially in areas like this. He took my hand. I hope this day will come. We stood and looked at the view. I made a wish. To meet again and not to forget each other. After sunset, we went to Bagh Ibn Qasim Park. This is Karachi. Such a clean and beautiful park in the middle of the city. Faisal said proudly, they take care of the people here. Anyone can come and relax. While we were walking, Faisal bought ice cream. The vendor, seeing me, said, you've come from far away? Here, take another one. It's on the house. Pakistan is a country with a generous soul, Faisal said. I blurted out, Faisal, if I could live with you in such a warm country, it would be wonderful. He stopped abruptly and squeezed my hand tightly. Nadia, it's a shame that today is ending. Tomorrow I have to see you off. I'm scared. I lowered my head. Faisal, me too. I can't imagine Pakistan without you. he said seriously. Let's make a promise. Let's not let it end like this, Nadia. Until you come back, I will wait every day. I nodded. I will come back, Faisal. I will come back to you. Finally, the day of departure arrived. The sun was shining through the window, but my heart was like ice. It was time to leave. In the lobby, Faisal was waiting for me. His smile today seemed painful. Nadia. His voice was filled with emotion. He took my suitcase. It's lighter than I thought. Is Nadia really leaving? I could only nod. The car was silent. After a while, Faisal said, Nadia, I can't believe you're leaving so suddenly. I hope this is just a dream. I forced a smile. Me too. I want to stay. And most of all, I don't want to part with you. Faisal gripped the steering wheel. The time we spent together in Karachi has been the happiest of my life. I started to cry. For me too. At the airport, my sisters and their husbands were there to see us off. Seeing my family, I couldn't hold back my tears. My middle sister hugged me. Nadia, are you really leaving? My brother-in-law patted me on the shoulder. Come back any time. We're all waiting for you here. I was crying. Not just Faisal, but these people were now my family too. To give us a moment to say goodbye, our relatives stepped aside. Faisal held my hands tightly. Nadia, let's not let this be the end. I'm serious. When Nadia comes back, I will never let go of your hand. Tears streamed down my face again. Faisal, I promise I'll come back. I will come back to you. With a trembling hand, Faisal wiped the tears from my cheek. I will wait every day. Only for Nadia. He hugged me tightly for the last time. His embrace was too warm. I walked into the departure lounge, turned back, and saw him and my sisters waving at me. From the plane window, I saw Pakistan receding into the distance. Faisal, I will be back soon. And Pakistan, you are my second home. I made a promise to Faisal and this warm country that I would return. A few months later, I kept my promise. I returned to Pakistan not as a tourist, but for love, for a new life. Now, I am a Pakistani daughter-in-law. Faisal and I got married, and I live happily in Karachi, close to my sisters. The gentleness and care of Pakistani men, the warmth of Pakistan, became the reason why we, three sisters, couldn't leave. This is the true story of three sisters who married Pakistani men. If you are searching for true love, perhaps you too will meet a warm Pakistani man in this warm country, just like I did.